Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Alright, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? It's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Desiree and Jason.
Chutes and Ladders. Spotlight Darby Allin. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
From body-breaking stunts to championship gold, today we're putting the spotlight on one of the most unique stars in AEW. Let's dive right into the chaos, Des. What are your initial thoughts?
We absolutely love him. He's fun to watch. He's a daredevil. And he's AEW's newest champion, which came out of nowhere.
And let's actually talk about that. That's our first quick hit. He's a new AEW champion. Nobody saw that. I was actually speaking with you earlier. This kind of reminds me when Diesel beat Bob Backlund, which just kind of happened so quick, so random at MSG. No one saw this happening. I don't think people realized until they saw social media and they had to rewatch the episode. I was one of them. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I was one of them too because I'm guilty of it. I was busy and wasn't watching Dynamite and getting ready for Mania. And I'm looking at everything Darby and AEW, and I see basically half of the roster out on the side of the ring, and I'm like, what just happened? And I'm like, there is no way that he beat MJF on Dynamite. And what do you know? Yeah. It's not like it's not deserved, but it just wasn't. That's not what I expected to happen.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, I will give credit where credit's due because I think everyone expected him to be champion at some point in time. We didn't know when. The fact that they kind of just did that was a little puzzling. I genuinely wish they gave him a better match, more back and forth, more dramatic. I understand that it was his hometown, so maybe that's why they kind of rushed it. But yeah, when I say no one saw this coming, trust me, two people on this podcast are with you.
Not that he did not deserve it. We already knew he was going eventually to be a champion, but I expected it to be on like a pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, you and I are on the same page on this. All right, now let's deep dive into Darby's personality. His persona is unlike anyone else. He's dark, he's fearless, he's almost pretty reckless. How did his character evolve over time?
I think he was born this way. I think this is Darby, and really, if you follow him, you'll see that he's from Seattle. He's a punk rocker. He's a skateboarder. He's like a lone wolf kind of guy who just doesn't care, and he is who he is, and he owns it. And I think that's what really the fans really love is that he is just a genuine character, and he's just an elevated version of himself. So I think that's what people really like. And he's completely fearless. He's small but mighty, and damn, he can take some bumps and get up from them. So
you mentioned Seattle punk rock. Listen, I personally am one of the biggest grunge fans you'll ever meet. And listen, the Pacific Northwest is known for having that kind of grungy, just free fall attitude, and he kind of personifies it pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about his debut and rivalries. When Darby first showed in AEW, he quickly got thrown into big moments, from Cody Rhodes to CM Punk. Which rivalry do you think elevated Darby the most?
I think it was Cody, to be honest. He first of all, he is one of the four pillars of AEW. He was signed in 2019. Who were the four pillars? It was him, MJF, Jack Perry, and Sammy. He was immediately thrown in with Cody, who's an EVP. He's Cody Rhodes. And to be put up against those kind of names, even Punk, and even other guys like Mox and MJF. I feel like he's had a feud with everybody, but I feel like the one with Cody elevated him. And when I think of Cody and him, I think of that one spot that he had in that match where he did a coffin drop and hit the apron and bounced off of that onto the mat. I still replay that because I'm like, oh my God, you broke your back.
Yes. There is no short taking of taking risk for Darby Allin, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now, actually rolling right into the art of risk. Darby doesn't just wrestle. He puts his body on the line every single time, just like you just mentioned. Do you see his style part of his genius, or is it something that could shorten his run to the top?
It's very dangerous with what he does. And he's fully aware of it. We are fully aware of it. And, one small drop and hits the wrong body part could really end his career. So, of course, as much as we appreciate the art of what he does, and that's what he does. He is big on making the pain our pleasure, I guess you can say, it's part of his performance style, and it's believable. You cannot tell me that does not hurt. So I appreciate what he does, but I hate it at the same time because you're like, oh, that's such a good spot for 20 seconds and such a good replay, but was it worth it? And so at the end of the day, he's still young and he's still walking, thankfully, but I feel like he, hopefully he's, a cat with 9 lives that just keeps going. But it could potentially really destroy his career, which I hope that never happens.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, lesson safety first. We want you around for a long time.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about his relationship with Sting. That connection with Sting, it's legend and risk taker. It feels really special. How important is that partnership in building Darby's credibility and legacy?
I think it's huge. When I think of Darby, I think of Sting. And when you think of Sting, you're thinking of an icon, a legend in wrestling. I'm a huge fan of Sting. And when he was partnered with Darby, I think that was one of the best things that AEW could do, even for Darby. It built some credibility, and it was more of like a mentor-student kind of relationship, a father-son kind of deal. So I feel like that was a kind of a no-brainer relationship, and it just elevated Darby even more too. I mean, they were, tag team champions and everything together. So, but what I also love too is, even though Sting has technically retired, when Darby won, Sting came out to congratulate him on his championship. So he's never really gone from Darby's life, which I absolutely love.
I love that. All right. Yeah. And speaking of elevation, if there's one moment or one match that really defines Darby for you, what would it be?
There's a lot. There's one that I actually enjoy watching, and I think the fans with his style, his aerial style, will remember it too. It was his match with Jeff Hardy. It was a dynamite match. It was during the Owen Hart tournament, but when you think of these smaller guys that just risk their body and their health, you are thinking Jeff Hardy, and then now you're thinking of Darby, and you put those two forces together, you get a hell of a match. And there were just some spots where he jumped off of a ladder from the top of the ring on top of Jeff Hardy that was surrounded by chairs, and just like broken bodies everywhere. So I'm thinking of complete risk-taking is something along those lines. So his match with Jeff Hardy.
Love it. Yeah, that's an amazing one. You mentioned his spot with Cody Rhodes bouncing off the mat. That was pretty intense. I mean, honestly, any of his coffin drops are pretty spectacular to watch. But I mean, and him winning the recent title, it really did kind of just, I guess, open a new light for me, because I mean, you know what? I think he's ready. I think the time is now for him.
Yeah, he's been here long enough. I mean, he's been a TNT champion multiple times, tag champion. It's about time. Why not? It's been 6 years.
Absolutely. All right, now let's talk about his legacy and future. I mean, looking ahead, what does Darby's legacy look like when it's all said and done?
Hopefully healthy and full of longevity. I think he has really hit the nail on the head with his character development and who he is, and has really honed what he is trying to do. He's not trying to fit into a certain mold as a wrestler. He understands what his part is. So I love that he's a daredevil. He's a risk taker. And I feel like that's what he's going to be known for, like those coffin drops and those amazing spots. Hopefully it lasts another 20 years. But I feel like he's a one of a kind, and I love it. And I think he's a true AEW guy. I really don't see him leaving or jumping ship anytime soon.
I love it. All right, Des. Now it's time for Fast Count. No fear, no limits. You ready?
I guess.
All right. One word to describe Darby Allin.
Risk.
All right. Was his championship victory over MJF, is that the most defining moment of Darby Allin?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think so. I think there's something more that could be better.
Okay. Better rivalry, Cody Rhodes or CM Punk?
Cody.
Okay. Most insane spot you've seen him take?
I'm still going with that one where he does the coffin drop off to the apron and then bounces. That's just, he broke his back.
All right. Is Darby better off solo or tagging with Sting?
I think he's better solo. He can take some bumps a lot better without somebody else helping.
All right. Is his style sustainable long term?
Is his risky style? No. I don't think so. It's gonna catch up to him, but his dark emo kind of grunge style, yes, 100%.
Love it. All right, is he a future legend or just a cult icon?
I think he's a legend in his own, just based on his hardcore style. Yeah.
All right. Well done, Des. Okay, now this is going to roll us right through final thoughts. Give us your final thoughts on Darby Allin.
I appreciate everything that he's done. He's different. He owns who he is. He risks his body every night. And that's one thing I can say is during every match, he is going to go 100% and risk everything to put on a damn good show for everybody. So that's what he is. He's small but mighty.
I love it. All right, that actually wraps up this episode on Darby Allin. What are your thoughts on Darby Allin? Please shoot us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe, both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josten.
All right. Until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a great week. Bye, friends.
This has been Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content.